What's the deal? It's your boy Jay Will, and I am also known as James Williams. And as of recently, in the past year or so, I took myself from being homeless to making multiple six figures inside of my business in less than a year. And honestly, it was right around like 60 days from the point of when I actually learned what I learned and actually became better. And now I'm on a mission to help people get to the other side. And the other side meaning whatever it is that's blocking you from getting to where you want to go, I want to help you get there. So inside of my previous videos, I talked about mindset, skill set, work habit, result. And those are the things that help you get to where you want to go. The mindset, the skill set, and the work habit. And then I don't see any reason why you won't get the result that you want out of life. Now, the first video talking about mindset, and if you haven't seen it, you should definitely go back and watch that because it's a very, very, very important video. Talks about your belief systems and how those belief systems is actually the thing that caters to how you act in life and make decisions so that you can actually get out of the situation that you don't want to be in to get in the situations you do want to be in. And then inside of the skill set portion, another good video to watch, it talks about what skills you might actually need and what stackable skills are so you can actually get to the point of either selling your products or services or education or whatever the thing may be, so you can actually start to grow and expand yourself and get yourself out of the situation that you're in to get into a better situation. But the mindset and the skill set means nothing if you don't have a work habit. Now, what exactly is a work habit? The work habit is being able to consistently show up, and for me, consistently show up relentlessly doing the things that you know that you need to do. A lot of times we can have the skills to do the thing, we had a mindset to do the thing, and sometimes we still don't do the thing. And what I've learned is we've gotten really good at wrapping procrastination into something that feels nice. I'm putting it on my calendar, right? I'm going to start planning for that. You know, like I'm getting ready to start. Like, why do you need to get ready? Just start. Just do the thing, right? And a lot of us procrastinate in these very colorful ways, but at the end of the day, it's just procrastination. What people need to understand is that talking about doing the work is not doing the work. Planning to do the work is not doing the work. Putting the work on the calendar is not doing the work. Putting together a team to do the work is not doing the work. Getting ready to do the work is not doing the work. The only thing that's doing the work is doing the work. And if you are not doing the work, you have to really think about, well, what is the reason why? And this is where things are going to get a little bit vulnerable. Because the thing that actually made me do the work was I was sitting down one day working, studying, trying to figure out how I'm gonna get out of my situation. Eviction notice right behind my head with the blue tape sitting there on the wall. And I'm like, man, I gotta like do something to change my situation. Like, I know it's people depending on me, and I get this call at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I just said, and I'm like, yo, what? Hello? What? Who is it? What? Yo, what's going on? Why is, who breathing? Is that a dog? And they're like, no, like James. I'm like, what's up? What's going on? And I look, the phone, it's my cousin. I'm like, yeah, what's the deal? And they're like, yo, it's grandma. And I'm like, what you mean it's grandma? What's going on? They said, grandma cold. I said, get grandma a blanket. I knew grandma went over to their house to like spend the night. I'm like, what you doing? They said, no, like grandma on the floor. Help grandma up, man. What you doing? Like, pick grandma up. Like, no. Grandma cold and she on the floor. But get grandma a blanket, pick her up, put her on the couch. What are you like? What are we saying? Like, take her to the bed. Like, turn the heat on. Like, what's the deal? Like, no, grandma not moving. What you mean, James? Grandma dead. Grandma dead? What you mean, grandma dead? Grandma dead, James. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, shit. I called my mom to confirm that this was real news. And the thing was, this grandmother was my last grandparent. So after your grandparents die in chronological order, your parents come next, right? If we're going strictly off of the age and like who's next in line. So I called my mom, and when I called her, she confirmed it. Grandma was gone. And it really made me think that time is ticking. And it wasn't just the death of my grandmother that lit a fire under me. It was the fact that it made me realize that next to go are my parents, and I haven't done enough yet. There's things that I still want to do for them that I haven't done, and I don't know how much time they have at this point. And I still remember when my mother, she had told me, like when I was younger, because I started traveling for acting. And she had told me, well, I asked her rather, I was like, Mom, you ever been on a plane? She was like, nah, but I know my son gonna put me on one. Your son gonna put you on a plane. And I want y'all to understand that I'm her only son. I'm the only one. And it made me think like, man, I still haven't put my mother on a plane, like, and grandma gone, like, how much time do I really have left? Like, and that's the thing, like some of us are acting as if we have today, tomorrow, next week, next year. Like we are naive to believe that tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year is even going to come. We don't know who's going to be here. We don't know what life is going to look like. And we have to act. Now, a lot of people don't realize how much time they have and how many people are dependent on them. And this, I tell people all the time that slow feet don't eat. Some people are dependent on you to do what only you can do. And you're dragging your feet. You're dragging your feet. I was dragging mine for a long time, sleeping on my potential, wasting time, playing video games. And a lot of the work habit is understanding who do you need to become. And I realized who I was not who I needed to become. It was not who I needed to be in order to help my family get to where they needed to get to. It was uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable to realize that my efforts wasn't really what they needed to, my efforts wasn't where they needed to be at to get to where I wanted to go. It was dreams, pipe dreams. It was very, very, very unfortunate. And what I encourage other people to do is to really start thinking about what's the thing that brings you pain? Like, what's your why that makes you cry? What's the thing that when you think about it, you'll start to tear up? Use that motivation to push you forward. And another thing that I did that helped out a lot was I wasn't always where I'm at right now. I've been homeless multiple times. There's people who told me I was never going to be anything. I used to sleep inside of the class, and I had teachers tell me that I wasn't going to be nothing. And I had a few that told me that I was. What I would encourage people to do, and this is something that I did, get a piece of paper or something, put a line down the middle, put a cross over the top, like a T. On one side, put the names of all the people who doubted you, who said that you couldn't do it, that ex you can't stand, that job you got fired from, that person, that bully that you might have had, all the people who told you that you wasn't going to be nothing, that you wouldn't achieve your dreams. Write them down. And then on the other side, put the people who did believe in you, the people who encouraged you, your best friend, the people who never gave up on you, the people who looked out for you when you was down, the people who didn't kick you when you're down. As a matter of fact, the people who helped you up, the people who encouraged you, the people who you really don't understand why they still stick around, because you know you didn't necessarily do what you needed to do with them or for them, but they still stick with you for some reason. Write them down. And every single day, make a decision. Who you gonna let be right? The people on the left or the people on the right? Who are you going to let be right? The people who doubted you or the people who believed in you? Who do you want to prove was correct? But more importantly, prove yourself correct. Going back to the beginning of the mindset, you have to have that belief within yourself. I'm starting to realize that belief is even a skill. But those things don't help you if you're not working for the things that you want. There's a certain level of life, in life, that you have to reach but you can only get there through the proper work. Working hard, right? And I'm not just going to act like working hard is the end all be all, because a lot of people work hard and still don't have the things they want. Some people, I'm working 3 and 4 different jobs. I got the work habit. You need to watch the other 2 videos because you might be missing the mindset or the skill set. You got to figure out what's that thing going to be, because all the things tie together. The mindset, the skill set, the work habit, until you ultimately are able to get the result that you want. I had to master all of them, build all of them, so I can have all that I have now. It was a process. It's not easy, it's not fun, but it's definitely worth it. So don't forget your mindset, your skill set, your work habit. Those are the things that you need to get the results that you want out of your life. On the next video, we're going to get ready to talk about another framework that really helped me out, and it's the PAATT framework, right? And that's PAATT. And it was a phenomenal thing. I had my first mentor teach me this, and I tell you, this was a game changer. Outside of the mindset, skill set, work habit, result, this framework was one of the ones that really started to help me think and rocket me to the next levels and elevate me to where I wanted to be inside of life. It has been the foundation of how I make a lot of decisions inside of my life. That's PAATT. And we're going to talk about it in the next video. I'll see you next time.